Recently guys, I said in a video I would upload a tutorial on how to make UGC egg accessories in Blender. These are very simple to make and honestly they look very cool. If you're building an egg hunt game, maybe for Easter, or if you want to sell an egg to a YouTuber to get a little bit of Robux, maybe they could use the egg you make as their own UGC accessory. Well yeah, you can do that for sure. Like I said in my other UGC accessory video, a lot of YouTubers don't have time and some of them have got no idea how to make accessories in Blender. So using this video, it's going to be a simple guide, but hopefully you guys can make something cool. Also, if you're into the old Roblox egg hunts, you can pretty much recreate classic looking eggs. And for an example guys, here is one I made recently. Yes, some of you guys might have seen this already. It's the Roblox egg. The egg I made on April Fools. The game for this is still open by the way, if you guys want the badge. I should probably give some more of these away. I kind of got into UGC Limiteds for free recently and I kind of forgot about it. But yeah, Roblox. It's still on sale by the way, 50 Robux. I'll link it down below if you want it. And personally, I think it looks pretty cool. But in today's video, I'm going to try and make something cooler. And yes, if you were wondering, we are going to be using the same two applications that I used in my UGC face tutorial. Actually, if you haven't seen that tutorial and you get stuck on anything, especially the setup process, I'd say go and watch that for sure. I'll also link that down below. You will need two apps, right? Blender and paint.net. Both are free. Make sure you've got them installed. So here we are guys, I've got both of them. Let's go and open Blender to start off with. So here we are, just give it a second, it should open. We're now inside of Blender. So what I'm going to do is close that message by clicking anywhere on the screen. And we are going to get rid of our cube because we don't really need this today. So I'm just going to press delete on my keyboard and there you go, it's gone. We have got a very blank canvas. And what we need to do guys is create a new model. So make sure you are in object mode. If you go on add, then go on mesh, we want to look for something. I think we're going to go with UV sphere. So go and click on this. It's going to look like a ball, kind of like a low poly kind of sphere thing. It's pretty cool. We're going to be using this guys to make our egg. So straight away, we're going to change this from object mode to edit mode because we are going to be editing this thing. Now, this is really simple guys, but I'm going to show you how to do it. So don't select it. It's A for all select by the way, but just click somewhere random. You want to go to the top of your ball. So obviously hold your mouse scroll wheel, just tilt it. And we are going to click on this little dot in the middle. Make sure that's kind of white and highlighted orange. It's got like a nice orange glow behind it. So once that's selected, you can tilt it this way a bit, maybe put it something like that. And if you just zoom out and click on this option at the top, we will actually be able to scale it. So this thing is called proportional editing. Make sure to click on that. If it's not appearing for you, you can also press O on your keyboard. So yeah guys, make sure this is turned on. Make sure you have the top selected. Now all we need to do is press the letter G on our keyboard. And once you go and press that, as you can see, we can now sort of scale our sphere. You can make it look really weird, you can sort of bend it to the side, and if you click anywhere it's gonna stay. So look at that, that looks a bit silly. It's not really an egg, is it? So if you do it wrong guys, you want to do Control Z on your keyboard to reverse it, and of course you can simply try it again. So let's go and press G. We're just going to scroll down this time. We're also going to use the scroll wheel on our mouse to make this circle bigger. This is kind of like our radius circle, and what we can do is if we get the radius kind of big, as you can see it really does turn into an egg shape. Now if you press Z on your keyboard, you will get it on this line. So that's kind of how you scale it to the axes to get it looking nice. So let's maybe click there. Does that look good? Yeah, that's not too bad actually. For a first try, that's pretty good. It's definitely looking like an egg shape. So I'm just going to practice a bit by just selecting the top. You know, you can zoom out if you want to, press G, you can sort of scale it how you want. You know, you can do any egg you want to. Obviously press Z to sort of scale it correct. And there you go. I'll be back in a second guys. I'm just going to get it to like how I want it. Yeah, that kind of looks like an egg shape. I think I'm happy with that. That's not too bad. I can scale it a bit anyway when I import a character. So what we're going to do guys, we're going to click off of this option, proportional editing. Don't select that anymore. Then we're going to change it back to object mode. And here is your egg. The first thing I'd recommend doing is right clicking it and clicking on shade smooth. So now you've got this kind of smooth egg. You can move it if you want to, scale it up a bit. I think what we should probably do guys is import a Roblox dummy and then we can kind of scale it to the character. So this is an R6 dummy that I provided to you guys a while ago, and yes, this is a whole mesh. Now if you click on the little downloads option, if you've got better Roblox installed, what you can do is download this as an OBJ. So just click on that and it'll start downloading. So back into Blender, we should be able to import it. If we go on file, then import, we need to click on OBJ. It's probably going to be somewhere in your downloads folder. What did I call it? Dummy avatar, because I think I made this back in March. Yeah, it wasn't that long ago. So if we go and import this, oh, there you go. That's what it was. Okay. So now your dummy should be in. Obviously, we've got the egg as well. We can sort of drag it up a bit. Now, to be fair, we do need to make this a bit smaller. Also, if you guys were using this for like an egg hunt game, I guess you don't really need the character. I mean, you could scale it to the character anyway. So what I'm going to do here is actually click on S, and I'm just going to scale it down a bit. There you go, something like that. I'm also just going to use the scale tool. I'm just going to try and get this how I want it. I'm trying to decide what kind of egg I want. Yeah, I think I'm going to go for an egg that's kind of this shape, because last time it was kind of long. I do like them kind of in like a big head style. It does look kind of cool. So that's looking like an egg. Not too bad. Okay, I think I'm kind of happy with that. That's not bad at all. Just check in all directions. Yeah, it's okay. So now guys, it's time to make a texture. So you know what that means, guys. It's time to open paint.net. So as I was saying in my last video, paint.net is basically a free version of Photoshop. I use it for all of my thumbnails. As you can see, here's a thumbnail from one of my recent event videos, and I love paint.net. I think it's brilliant. I don't know why anyone would need to buy Photoshop. It's honestly a waste of money. You might as well just use the free stuff. Anyway, for my egg, I actually came up with this design. So it's kind of like a scary face. I wanted to make like a metallic sort of scary face egg, and I thought this looked kind of cool. If you're wondering how I made this, I actually got a 2D scary face using AI, and I basically customized it a lot to make it my own custom image. So yeah, I was pretty happy with how this came out. I also opened up a new texture, and I got it looking something like this. So again, I just kind of repeated the texture. I put the face kind of small in the middle. This is quite like a high definition image. If you want, you could try something like ChatGPT, and you could go and try and make a custom image. Normally, I have more luck with DALL-E Mini and the Crayon website. So as you can see, I got like a metal texture for the background. And if I want a scary face, maybe type in something like scary face 2D basic. We can go and draw this and we can see what it looks like. Okay, it's done. And the results are interesting. Some of them are cool. Actually, this one's kind of cool. I might be able to use that. This one as well. I did just add drawing at the end, so it was a bit more like lines, so I could sort of trace over it. Let me draw it again just to see if a better one comes up. Okay, this one's kind of funny. I'm just going to do Windows key Shift and S just so I can sort of screenshot this. Then I'm going to edit it in paint.net. Let's just go on File, New. I'm just going to do OK. I'm just going to go and paste this thing in. And what I normally do, guys, is just simply edit it. So let's say I want it all black. I'll just do that for the eyes. I kind of want to copy the eyes there. Also for the mouth, I like that, but I don't really want to copy the AI version. So I'm just going to change it a bit. Maybe have some spikes going down like that. So AI is very useful. Obviously, you don't want to copy it because it would look too weird, but you can end up making stuff that looks pretty decent, like this kind of crazy face. So there you go. Let me just copy that. I'm just going to open a new layer and paste it in. I'm just using this for a random example, but there you go. That's how you can use AI to get like a custom face. Obviously, this one, which I made earlier, looks a lot cooler. I also added in a metal effect, but yeah, that's just for an example. To be fair though, you guys don't even need to use AI. You could literally do like a funny sort of like squiggle face and call it like the happy egg or whatever you want. You could make a metal egg, a forest egg, woodland egg, lava egg, whatever you want, guys. It doesn't matter. For me though, I've gone with this, a scary metallic face with sort of a dark background. I think this is going to look pretty good. I've also made the texture background very big and just put a small face in the middle. It just helps when making an egg. So let me just go on File and Save As, and we are going to call this scary face egg texture. There you go. That's pretty good. We're going to save it as PNG, and yeah, that's done, guys. Let's just go on Save. Then click on OK, and we are done. Let's go back to Blender. So we are back. What we're going to do is just going to select our sphere. Then we're just going to scroll down. We need to click on this kind of ball icon, material properties. We're then going to click on New. Then you want to click on this dot, click on the yellow dot, and we need to go and select image texture, this one right here. Then once you've clicked on that, guys, you need to click on open, and we've got to find it. What did I call it? Scary face. There you go. Open image. If we actually change, it should be loading. There you go. So it loaded in. Not quite right though, to the side a bit. So hang on, let me just use the rotation tool. Let me just hold control so I can kind of scale it right. Something like that. Yeah, that's pretty good. So it's looking kind of cool already, but still, I want it looking a bit nicer. So that's why we're going to click on UV editing. And again, scroll along, change it so you can see what it looks like. Then press on A for all, and your image should be selected. If it doesn't, you can just select it from the drop down. But then, like I said, guys, we can sort of move this about. We can scale it if you press A. So you can scale like that. You can make the face a bit bigger. Oh, that's kind of cool. Yeah, I kind of want it like that, like some creepy face looking like that. So then we're just going to scale it a bit. This is why I said make your texture fairly big, because then it all sort of, you know, they don't overlap and it looks very neat. So let's see. Yeah, I kind of like that. Maybe I'll just make it a bit lower. I could always edit my egg just to make it a bit smaller, but hey, that's not too bad. It's kind of like Easter and Halloween combined, but I like that. I honestly think think if Roblox had something like this in the old egg hunts, I would have really wanted it. Why does it remind me of Venom as well? I hope people don't think I copied it. So yeah, guys, if you are happy with that, I guess you're good to go and save it. I'll probably delete the dummy, by the way, because we don't really need that anymore. Maybe just zoom around your egg, just check you like the look of the texture. I kind of like it. It looks kind of grungy and kind of cool. So we're going to save it. We're going to go on File. We're going to go on Export. We're going to click on OBJ. Give it a good name, guys, so you don't lose it. I've gone with Scary Egg Mesh. We're actually going to export this one. There you go. That's exported. And go up to Texture Paint. Don't forget the texture, guys. Just make sure you like the look of it. Yeah, that's awesome, actually. I'm very pleased with how that turned out. Why does it look cooler in Texture Paint? I hope it looks like this on Roblox. That looks awesome. So let's go on Image. Let's go on Save As. Scary Face Egg Texture. I'm just going to call this V2. And then we're going to save this. So let's go on Save Image. And I think, guys, we're done. Let's go on Roblox Studio. So my Roblox Studio is just updating, but I think it should be loading any second now. This game right here is pretty much just a random testing place I use for making UGC items. As you can see, it's got the egg in here from when I made that. It's also got the limited I gave away to you guys for free. Oh yeah, I might also give away this egg for free, but I'll talk a bit about that later. So I'm going to use this character, just some random R15 guy. I use him all the time for testing accessories. So what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to right click. We need to go on Insert Object. We're going to type in Mesh, and yes, we're going to select Mesh Part. So we're just going to drag this to the floor. We're just going to leave that there. We're going to go on View at the top. We need to click on Properties, which is right here. I've got mine in a small box. So let's go and find our Mesh ID. We need to grab this, guys, from our Downloads folder, and yes, that's the OBJ file. It should be here somewhere in my Roblox accessory files. What did I call? I keep on forgetting what I called this thing. Scary Egg Mesh. Yeah, that must be it. So let's go and select this. I'm just going to do no on that. So it's going to load in. Okay, so here's the mesh. Okay, that's looking pretty good. I just need the texture. So we're going to click on this. Let me go and add an image. Then choose file. And again, we've got to find my scary face. So version 2, that's my new one. So I'm going to open this. We're going to go on create. It should apply it automatically, guys. It's normally very fast. And there you go. Okay, it loaded in. So now all I've got to do is position it on this character. Now, there's a pretty easy way of doing that. For you to select the character, go back to your properties, go on the origin position, copy that, go to the mesh, and also paste in the origin position. So we're just going to paste that in, enter, and it's pasted in his torso, which is actually perfect because then we can just use the move tool to go and scale it. So there you go. Now we've got to scale it on this guy. I think this egg, I've made it a bit smaller than the Roblox egg. Where's the Roblox? Let's just go and have a look. What's the comparison, guys? Yeah, I made it a lot smaller, didn't I? Maybe that's better though, because this looks kind of, I really like that actually. Why does it just look so cool? So the texture, I made the texture like the old Roblox eggs as well, kind of a bit grainy. Yeah, I'm not that good at making items, but I'm pretty pleased with that. Hopefully you guys can make something you're also pleased with, and I guess we can probably turn this into an accessory. So I'm going to be using the plugins which I used in my previous video. Let me just open up my Explorer. So yeah, the plugins I use is the Asset Creator and also the UGC Thumbnail tool. I'll leave a link to these plugins down below in the video's description. But what these plugins do, guys, is let you turn mesh parts into accessories. So before you create it, just make sure your hat is lined up perfectly. Just make sure you're happy with it. If I go on the rotate tool, I just want to make sure this thing's kind of like in line with his eyes. I think it is. I think that's pretty good. I did make the eyes a bit weird anyway. So yeah, okay, that's fine. Like I said, I'm probably going to give this away for free anyway, so I don't have to be too perfect. But if I go on Asset Creator, this is an accessory. So next, we're going to click on the part. So that's the egg. Next, click on the character. Next, it's a hat. It's a classic one. Next, and there you go. It should be done. Where is it? There it is. So what has it called it? It has called it, hold on 1 second. If I just go on my smooth tool, I'll be able to find it. Oh, mesh part accessory. And this guy, what test was this guy? Test 1. So I'm just going to drag this guy onto test 1. Let me make sure it's just working. Make sure it stays on the character. That looks perfect, guys. I think it's time for me to upload this onto the Roblox website, which unfortunately I can't show you. But yeah, I'll do that and I'll be back in a second. Oh, 1 second, guys. I almost forgot. If you want your UGC to look nice, you can actually use the UGC thumbnail tool. There is actually a trick, guys. If you hold shift on your keyboard, you can get it looking a bit nicer. One of my old friends taught me that on Discord. So if I just kind of scale it like this, yeah, that's much better than last time. Okay, what I can do now is click on accept. Okay, now I'm going to upload it to Roblox. Oh my gosh, guys, it's finally done. I was waiting like 10 hours or something for Roblox to finally allow this. But here it is, the scary face egg. I bet some people are going to hate it, but I kind of like it. It's giving off a Drain Gang kind of vibe, right? It's kind of cool in a way. So yeah, this is what it looks like inside of my avatar. I also added in just some some random UGC horns. I think that worked very well. I might have to upload like a secondary horn accessory or something, maybe to combine the two. But yeah, this is what it looks like. I guess I should give this away for free as a UGC Limited. So as soon as it's the 9th, because yeah, Easter is very early this year, I'm going to give away this thing for free. I'll link it down below, but honestly guys, I don't know if you're going to be able to get it. Like I said, these UGC Limiteds go incredibly fast, but if you want a chance, yeah, I'll put the time on the screen. So it's going to be this time for me in the UK, probably around 12. Obviously use Google to find out what time that is in your own country. If you guys found this tutorial video helpful, leave a like, subscribe guys. Cheers for watching. I'll see you in the next one.